All right, so welcome to equations. Equations is following on after algebra. And how do you know you've got an equation? You have got an equal sign. So this is a very exciting part of maths where your aim is to find out what is the letter, as in what number does the letter represent. Two important rules I want you to know. The letter is the VIP. It is the most important thing when it comes to equations. So your aim is to clear everything away for the letter, just like this little letter celebrity coming down the red carpet. Everything else has to be cleared away so the celebrity can make its way through and shine. So we have got examples of equations here. And the aim is for all of them to find out what number does this x represent. And the way I like to remember how to do it is, first of all, we highlight the celebrity. So let's do that. Here's the celebrity here, here's the celebrity here, here's the celebrity, here's the celebrity, oh my gosh. So we need to think how we're going to clear plus 10 to the other side. So a number plus 10 is 15. You can think of the answer, but sometimes when we've got some trickier ones, which are coming up, we need a more efficient way. And the way I like to think of it is to do the opposite of what the sign tells you to do. So if it says something plus 10 equals 15, the opposite of plussing would be to minus. So you minus 10 on both sides. Whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So you land with x equals 15 minus 10, which is 5. Boom, first answer done. Next one here, something minus 10 equals 15. What's the opposite of minusing? Plussing. So x equals 25. Boom. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other. All right, this next one here is a little tricky. It says 5x. Remember when you see a letter and a number together, so a pronumeral and a coefficient together, it's the same as timesing. So this is 5 times x equals 15. What's the opposite of timesing? It's dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. Because you have to clear out everything that isn't the letter. And in this case, that number is what we need to clear out. These cancel out. So x equals 15 divided by 5, which is 3. Boom! And this one here, scary, but don't be too scared. This is the same as saying x divided by 5 equals 3. So how do we get rid of the divided by 5? We times 5, do the opposite on both sides. X equals 15. All right, I hope that's going okay so far. All right, so here we've got 3 different kinds of trickier equations that you'll have to solve. So let's start with the first one. First of all, highlight your celebrity, which is the x, and we've got to clear everything else. Before we get started though, let's think of what is happening here. In this one, the number is times by 2. We then add 4 to it, divided by 3, and we get 2. So if you were to think of what's happening to the x, times by 2, plus the 4, and then you divide it by the 3. So here's the adventure of the x, of that celebrity. So the way that we do it is we have to clear out everything, but we've got to do it in the order of the operation. So here, minus 3 is on the edge, so that's going to be the easiest to kick out. Make way for that VIP. So what's the opposite of dividing? We are going to times. So we've still got x times 2 plus 4 equals 6. Then this is the next one to go away. Plus 4 is minus 4. So we've got x times 2 equals 2. We're doing so good. And the last thing here is a times 2. Clear that away. Opposite is to divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And if you want to check if your answer makes sense, you can always substitute your answer back into the equation. So let's see if it'll work. 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 4, which is 6, divided by 3 equals 2. Yay! That answer works. So when you've got a tricky equation, which has more than one operation you have to do, write out the story of what's happening and then keep on doing each step according to which one was the, last step in the line. So kick out the ones on the edge and keep that VIP innermost. All right, this one here is a expanding one. So remember, to expand, you have to put some crab claws in, and we're multiplying. So we've got 5 times x. Let's do that first. 5 times x is 5x. Then we've got 5 times 4, which is 20. You just bring that sign, which is here in the middle, equals 34. All right, so highlight that VIP, VIP, and let's start getting rid of all these other things. This is a plus 20, opposite is minus 20. So do that on both sides. 5x equals 34 minus 20, which is 14. Oh no, I picked a gross number, I'm sorry. Then we've got 5 times x. Opposite of timesing is dividing. So our answer is x equals 14 divided by 5. You can just leave it as 14 over 5 if you want as well, if you don't have a calculator with you. Done! Now this last one looks scary, but it's not too bad. What we need to do is get those VIPs together. So bring the VIPs to the side where the most of them are. So these two, they're kind of like gone out on their own adventure. Come back to the main group. We're going to minus 2x on both sides. Now, why am I minusing 2x? Because this is like plus 2x. This can be written as 2x plus 15 or 15 plus 2x. So just remember it's added onto there. So we're going to minus 2x on both sides. This one will be 3x plus 3, because 5x minus 2x is 3x, equals 15. All right, and now it's just like ones we've done in the past. Get rid of this 3, minus 3, minus 3, 3x equals 12. And then to get rid of that 3, I'm going to divide by 3, because that's times to there. So x equals 4. Oh my gosh, you are getting so good at these. So these are equations. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit familiar now with how to solve for equations, and especially how to solve these trickier kinds of ones. They seem tricky, but they're not too bad as long as you write it out in the order that things are happening, and make sure that x stays on one side or whatever letter you get, and clear everything out so that VIP, our letter, the VIP, shines through. And the last part of this topic is looking at inequalities. So these they look like equations, but they involve a more than or a less than sign. So your final answer isn't talking about one number, but a range of numbers that the inequality can fit. So aka your answers can be lots of different numbers. You're showing like a range. So it's pretty easy. You just solve them normally. Solve normally. But there's one little rule you need. If you divide by a negative number, you flip the inequality. That's all you need to know about these. So, oops, can I fit inequality? I can. All right, so let's do one here. Boom. Same thing. Highlight your celebrity. And we're going to clear everything else to the other side. So we're going to start by clearing the plus 3. Opposite of plus 3, minus 3, and you do it on both sides. So you've got 5x is less than 1 minus 3. We're going into negatives. Scary. Don't be scared. It's okay. 5 times x is less than minus 2. Opposite of timesing is dividing. So x is less than minus 2 over 5. So we didn't have to flip the inequality here because we didn't divide by any negative numbers. But over here, minus 5 times x is more than 15. So to undo and clear everything from the side, here's our celebrity. I should highlight. Sorry, that's very important. we need to get rid of that minus 5 times x. So the opposite of timesing is dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by minus 5. And this is when our inequality flippity flips the other way. And remember, 15 divided by minus 5 is minus 3. So just watch out, when you divide by a negative number, you flip the inequality. Alright, last one here. 2 times x is divided by 3. So let's actually write that out. 2 times x, or x times 2, it's the same thing. Divided by 3 is more than 6. Highlight that celebrity, the VIP, and let's do the opposites. We're dividing by 3. Opposite of dividing is times, so times both sides. So x times 2 is more than 18. Did I just say equals? That's like a maths crime. Please forgive me. Now we've got x times 2. Opposite of timesing is dividing. So we've got x is more than 9. So just remember, with inequality, same as a normal equation, but if you divide by a negative number, you flip that sign.